Hello Dodo Crew and welcome back to another video on ARK Survival Ascended. Aberration has always been my least played map, yet it has some of the greatest creature designs of all time. Today I'm going to show you my top 10 creatures that I think you need to tame on Aberration. This is my personal top 10 for ASA after hundreds of hours of playing on the map. Let me know your top 10 in the comments. I'll place the Reaper King or simply Reaper in 10th place because it can be of great use in PvP and the design is simply awesome. There are only a few creatures that look nearly as cool as the Reaper. Because of its natural armor, the Reaper is perhaps one of the strongest mounts available in PvP throughout the game. The natural armor of a tamed Reaper King provides an 80% damage reduction, equivalent to about 100 armor saddle. However, it is probably one of the hardest tames you can find in the entire game, even in later updates. They do not possess a saddle, so you cannot find any blueprints, but due to the armor they are great at tanking turrets and can therefore be used to raid in PvP. I think the Reaper is overused to the difficulty of taming one and the fact that you cannot breed them. Nonetheless, if you want to become alpha on your cluster, you need to get an army of Reapers. My number 9 is the Ravager, because it is the best early game mount you can get. In addition, Ravagers can carry a lot of resources considering their size and movement speed. This means you can use them in early game to transport huge amounts of resources with ease. Nearly every player will have at least 1 or 2 Ravagers at some point, as they are very versatile and can be used to get across the map in the early game. Sadly, the Ravager is pretty underused due to the fact that especially in ASA there are many other great dinos you can find that can be used to travel around the map. I'll place the Basilisk at number 8. The Basilisk is a creature that can be used to hide your most valuable items and shoot your enemies off their dinos while raiding them. The Basilisk is fast, versatile and a must tame if you play PvP. As soon as you have rock drakes, it becomes much easier to tame them. I think they're underused in most cases. Even I underused them myself. But since I got shot off my stego by a basilisk while tanking turrets, I won't underestimate them anymore. It has many useful abilities such as burrowing and spitting poison, and can be used to carry large quantities of resources across the map. It is immune to radiation, has a great design, and it is a must tame if you play PvP. I couldn't decide on the best farming dino in Aberration, but it's my video, so I'm going to cheat for number 7, meaning we've got 3 dinos in the 7th place. The Anki, the Dirty and the Roll Red are my top 3 farming dinos I use on Aberration. All 3 of them farm insane amounts of stone, flint, crystal, gems, wood, keratin and so on. Find yourself a great spot in the blue area, place a small base with a linked storage box, and you're good to go. Throughout the marked zone, you can find normal stones, metal nodes and small trees. All of these can be farmed for an insane amount of resources and your storages will be kept in no time. In the linked video, you can find some of the best spots to farm unreal amounts of resources. Aberration is one of the hardest maps. Not only does the environment want to kill you, but in most regions the Nameless and Reapers will also try to wipe you off the map. That's why the Megalosaurus is at 6th place. Many will wonder why I didn't choose the Spinosaurus. The answer is simple. I think Aberration is the only map where the Megalosaurus gets the attention it deserves. It has a lot of health and high DPS, but since they sleep during the daytime on other maps, they are honestly pretty useless. Except on Aberration, they do not need to sleep, meaning Aberration is the only map where you can fully use the Megalosaurus and utilize its enormous health pool and crazy damage to kill Nameless and any other dino. For number 5, I have 1 winner and 2 honorable mentions. The Bulldog is the single best light pet you can carry around with you. Sure, the Shinehorn and the Glowtail will do the job just as well as the Bulldog. And yes, they're quite cute. But just look at this face. Isn't this peak perfection? Jokes aside. Having a light pet is essential for surviving the harsh environment of Aberration. In reality, it does not really matter which light pet you carry with you. I usually prefer the Bulldog, as it is the easiest to get and I for real love the design since I first saw it in the Aberration launch trailer. Whether it's a cute Shinehorn, a stylish Glowtail or just a beautiful Bulldog, you need a light pet as soon as possible. Number 4, the Rock Drake is the fastest mount you can get on Aberration. It has one of the best designs in the whole game and can be used to tame Reapers or hunt beacons in the overworld. The taming mechanic is super cool, and I love diving down the trench with my Cosmo and Glider to grab rock drake eggs. It is fast, sturdy, and can travel around the map like no other dino. From now on, I will always have a high level rock drake in my base, despite the fact that they are not easy to tame. You can find them in the rock drake trench. Their saddles are not that easy to get, but a high level rock drake is a must if you want to play ARK PvP. But you could also wait a little longer, as they are super bugged right now and from time to time drop like boulders. Taking 3rd place, we have the Karkinos. This creature is lovely, it has a perfect design, is useful throughout the entire game if you play on Aberration, and I personally think it's one of the funniest creatures you can ride. It is one of my most used creatures, as they are great for farming when combined with an Anki, Dirty or a Roll Red. They are also excellent for raiding due to their additional armor, and I've even won fights against Karchers and Gigas by simply unmounting the enemy and slamming them to the ground. Taming them is not that easy, as they can get killed very fast during the process, but in my opinion, the Karkinos is a must tame for anyone playing Aberration. 2nd place goes to the Yiling. I rank it higher than the rock drake because with a working trap it is even easier to tame and can be used as your first real mount in Aberration. It is nearly as fast as the rock drake, can carry a good amount of resources, and with some practice can even climb walls and bases. They have a solid design, but what makes them outstanding is their usefulness throughout the entire game. My personal winner is Cosmo. In my opinion, Cosmo is the greatest addition to the game in a long time. Especially on Aberration, where grappling hooks aren't usable. Swinging around with Cosmo feels just amazing. The shooter mode is decent, but the swinging mode is pure perfection. Cosmo is incredibly versatile. You can tame rock drakes with ease using Cosmo, and escaping from PvP becomes even easier when being chased by players on rock drakes or Yilings. It is always a great idea to bring Cosmo with you. Taming Cosmo is super easy, and playing with him is a lot of fun. I hope you like this video, and I'm thrilled to read what dinos you would place in your top 10. Hit the like button, leave a comment below for the algorithm, and consider subbing to the channel. Alright, Frodo.